There are kind of three key parts to atmospheric perspective, the kind of perspective which lets things drift into the back or come forward. And those three things will work really closely together. So it is time to talk about perspective, and not the kind that we normally think about. So we normally think about linear perspective. Now, linear perspective is we have a vanishing point and everything comes out from there. So you can then build, say, a cube, and the cube is in perspective because it follows these lines, these linear elements of perspective. But no, there is another kind of perspective. And we can use that other kind of perspective both with our pen and our colours to create even more emphasis, and also to use it in a more artistic way. And what is that kind of perspective? It's atmospheric perspective. So let's have a look at that using a really classic example. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a little thumbnail here. And in this, we're going to have a little sort of mountain scene. So we're going to have, let's put a lake in the front here. And then we'll have those sort of rows and rows of mountains coming down in front. So you know the look, the kind of layers of mountains going back into the distance. And maybe a couple of details in the front. Let's do some trees, little sort of doodle of some fun little extra bits going on here. But how does this relate to atmospheric perspective? Well, look, at the moment, everything is very flat. Everything is very one layer. You can't really tell what's at the front and what's at the back, except because you kind of think, well, I've said this is a lake, I've said these are trees. The only clue is in you being able to interpret what these objects might be. But there are ways that we can change that. So, using just our pen to start, and I often talk about this, but bold lines bring you forward. So if I suddenly come and press really hard, we'll find that actually, look, this lake now comes forward. Similarly, I could press a little less hard and bring this mountain forward, a little less hard, and this one's forward, but not as far as this one. A little less hard here again, and then really gentle here. And now, just with those few touches, we've got things coming gradually forward. Equally, we could just do the same with our little objects here. We want them to be quite bold because we want them in front of this. So just by making things bolder, more certain, bolder lines, we are playing with atmospheric perspective. And now we get the idea of depth much more clearly here than we did before, without any of these sort of structural lines and things that we normally associate with perspective. But it goes beyond pen work. It goes beyond pen work. So what do I mean by that? Well, look, if I just grab my water over here, and I'm just going to use a simple brush, what we can do is we can look at how strong our colours are as a start. So if we take just a simple green, so I'm just going to get a green Apposite Genuine, this one, so just a murky kind of green, and we use this green in each of our mountains. So if we just pop it along like this, what we'll discover is, again, look, if we do it the same strength everywhere, everything feels flat. We had this nice dynamic image from the ink, but I've managed to flatten it all out just by putting the same colour and the same intensity at each stage. Now, one way that we could bring things forward is by just simply making the colour richer. So the closer something is to you, the richer the colour. So if we make something really intense, look at these trees, suddenly these trees, they jump forwards, jump right into your face because of how rich and intense the colour is. But that's not the only thing. So we've got the lines are bolder, we've got the colour is richer. So you can see me picking up some blue and you might think, what on earth am I doing? Well, as we go further back, colours appear bluer. And you can visualise that quite well if you do look at one of these sort of silhouetted scenes. The further back you go, the more it appears that things are a little bit blue. And I mean that in a sort of literal way, not just a metaphorical way. Whereas as you get closer and closer, the tones become more rich, more real. And look, just with those simple touches, do you see how that blue really sends everything back? Now that's not to say, if we have this lake which is blue. Now apologies, the video cut out just as I was painting this lake blue, but as you can see, and as I was trying to say before my video cut out, by painting this blue I haven't sent the lake to the back. And why is that? That's because this is a rich blue, so it's saturated, so it's forward, it's come forward into the front of our scene, while this is a blue tinged green. It's faint with a faint blue hint. So it's not just being blue, it's also the saturation and the tone and also the value. So how dark and how sort of contrasting it is that sends things back. So in summary, atmospheric perspective is a group of different techniques we can use, including boldness of line, boldness of colour, and the actual colour choice itself that lets us hint at depth in a different way to using structural lines and linear perspective. It lets us build more of an artistic feel to depth and perspective. And it's well worth experimenting with and thinking about in your urban scenes. And with that, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure just doing these little videos for you. Thank you, of course, to Martin, who is a frequent commenter and gave me this idea and asked specifically for how do colours impact the sort of perspective or the feeling of depth. So thank you, Martin. Really great to have people suggest ideas. I do have a long list of ideas people have suggested, which I need to get to. If you do have a suggestion, leave me a comment and also like and subscribe. It means a huge amount to my little channel. Thank you everyone for watching and happy sketching. So thank you everyone for watching my little sketching videos. If you enjoy my content, please do subscribe to my channel because it makes me really, really happy. Thanks again.